Okay, so let's get our feet and knees hip width apart. Let's ground those feet to the floor, spread the toes nice and wide for me. Soften the backs of the knees, and then just bring your pelvis so it's sitting underneath your spine. So we're not going forwards, we're not tilted backwards, it's sitting nicely through the centre, belly button in. Lower tummy scoop up, keep those ribs down for me, and let's roll those shoulders up to the ears. Roll the shoulders back, squeeze the shoulder blades together. Draw your shoulders down into your back. Now feel your head lengthen up to the ceiling as your fingers reach down to the floor for me. Draw the chin slightly in, maintain that core connection, and let's breathe in and out. Good, and again breathing in and out. And again breathing in and out. Lovely. It's bring your right hand across your chest. Left arm to the side of the body. Take a breath in. Breathing out, and let's slide down the side. Just keep the knees soft. Keep the feet nice and grounded to the floor. Breathing in, arm comes up. Breathing out, and let's stretch over to the side. Breathing in, back to centre. Breathing out, and let's stretch down to the floor. Good. Breathing in, arm comes up. Breathing out, and let's go over by the ear. Down again, down to the side. Now as you go down here, make sure that your right foot stays grounded. Breathing in as we come up and over. Make sure your left foot stays grounded. Let's do one more, breathing in. Breathing out and stretching down. Breathing in, come up. Breathing out and over and hold. Take a breath in. Breathing out, rotate to the left, looking underneath the left armpit, and then come back to the side. So we are pivoting from your sternum. Okay, hips stay still. So don't let the hip rotate. And then come back. And again, rotate. But watch that left hip doesn't rotate. And then come back. A little bit lower, last one, rotate. And back. And let's come all the way up. Have a little roll through those shoulders for me. Good, well done. So coming into a swinging squat with a nice big circle. Take a breath in, arms up. Breathe out. Breathe in. And out. And in. And out. And in. And out. Breathe in. Breathe out. And in. And out. And in. And out. And in. And out, lovely, last one, and out, and in, and out, and relax. Good, well done. Let's bring that left hand across the chest, shoulder blades into the back, knees stay soft, right hand to the side of the body. Take a breath in, breathing out and sliding down. Imagine your body's between two panes of glass. Breathing in, arm comes up. Breathing out, let's go over the top. And then release. Breathing in. Breathing out and sliding down. Keep those feet rooted. Breathing in, arm comes up. Breathing out and over. Get that again, breathing in. Breathing out and sliding down. Watch that left foot as we go to the right. Breathing in and come up. Breathing out over. Last one, breathing in. Breathing out and down. And breathing in. And then over and hold. Good, take a breath in. Breathing out, turning to the right, but not the hip. Good. And come back to center. So again, we're pivoting from the sternum. And again, rotating, but watch the hip, we don't want that to move. And then come back. A little bit deeper, if you can. Rotate to the right. And then come back. Last one for me, guys. And rotate to the right. Watch that right hip. Try not to move it. And then come back. And then all the way up and over. And have a nice little roll for the shoulders. Lovely. Okay, let's start with our feet a little bit closer together because this will help you with your balance, okay? Knees are nice and soft. You're going to take your right foot out to the side. You're going to take your left arm up on the diagonal. So we've got a nice diagonal line running from the fingers of the left hand to the toes of the right foot. And I'm going to place the other hand on my hip. If you want to have your arm on, you can. Okay, so lengthen that hand away as if you are reaching up for something and then float that leg, okay? Left knee stays soft. Keep the arms still and circle the leg backwards. So back towards the wall behind you. Circle and circle. Hold that core. Circle and circle. Good. Reach up with that arm still and circle. Circle and hold. Now circle forwards. Circle and circle. Good. Circle. Good. Keep it going. It's about the size of a football would be ideal. Not too big, not too small. Circle and 3 and 2 and 1 and bring it down. Take the legs a bit wider. Have a little circle through those hips. Good. Let's circle the other way. Lovely. Okay, come back to centre. We'll do the other side in a little while. Let's place the heels together and toes wide. Okay, take the feet as wide as you can with the heels still together. Good, take a breath in. As we breathe out, coming up onto the balls of the feet, let the heels separate. And then slowly come down, zipping up through those legs. Place the heels on the floor. So at this point, you want to be really sucking in through those inside thighs. Take a breath in. Breathing out, keep those legs long. Separate the heels as we come up. Coming down with the heels and zip up through those legs. So I'm really squeezing my thighs. I'm really pulling up through my bottom. Take a breath in. And again, breathing out, coming up, we're going to hold it here. Bring the arms up, breathe in. Breathing out, soften the knees. If you've got dodgy knees, just don't go too far. So stay on the balls of the feet. We're going to go as low as you feel you can go. Good, take a breath in. Breathing out, push through the floor, but stay on the balls of the feet. Good, and slowly come down, placing those heels together, zipping up through those legs, trying to close that gap between the thighs. Breathing in. Breathing out, coming up, let those heels separate. Breathing in, arms up. Breathing out, just watch if your knees are dodgy, you don't need to go very far down. Now my spine's staying tall, I'm not sinking my bottom out, I'm keeping my bottom underneath me. Breathing in. Breathing out, pushing into the floor, staying on the balls of the feet. Arms come down, heels come together, zip up through those legs. Press, press, press. Get rid of any gap between the legs there if you can. And we're going to go one more breath in. Breathing out, rising up, heels separate. Breathing in, arms up, shoulders down. Breathing out, and we're letting those knees go out over the toes. Staying on the balls of the feet, it's a bit of a balance. I'm going to see if I can go all the way down, but I may not be able to get back up again. Breath in. Breathing out, pushing into the floor. Oh, yes, felt that. Heel. Staying with your heels off the floor. Heels come together. Zip up through those legs. Oh. And then relax, have a little walk. Oh yeah, that did the trick. Okay, feet a bit closer together than hip width. It's just a bit easier. So if we're here and we're going into balance, you may lean over a little bit to the right too much. So let's go a little bit closer. Soften the knees. Left leg out to the side. Right arm comes up. So we've got this nice long line. And then we lift. We're reaching away. We lift that leg up. Hand on the hip or by your side. Let's go backwards. So circling towards the wall behind you. Soft through the right knee. And circle. 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 Lovely. Keep it going. Hold that core in tight for me. Circle. Good. Reach up with that arm. Circle, stop. Let's change directions. Come forwards with your circle. Circle, lovely. Good, keep reaching with that hand. Circle, and 4, and 3, and 2, and 1, and let's come down. Oh, have a little walk. Well done, guys. So we're going to come down to our mats. Just so that light isn't in my eyes. Okay, so let's have you seated, feet and knees hip width apart. Hold the back to the thighs. Let's grow nice and tall out of our pelvis. Let's just do a couple of little reverse curls, but holding the backs of our legs to start with. So take a breath in. Breathing out, tucking that tailbone round. Coming into a nice stretch with the back. As you're holding your legs, you get that stretch in the upper back. Breathe in. Coming forward and then lifting up onto your sit bones. Lovely, and again, rounding through that spine as we go down. You can let the chin drop a little bit, but I don't want it completely on the chest. Round through the back and lift yourself up. One more. Remember to start from the bottom of the spine first if you can, and then rounding into the upper back. Breath in, and then rounding forwards and coming all the way up. Look, let's lift those arms up. Breath in, breathing out, and tuck that tailbone under around through the spine and draw the shoulders down. Keep the chin up this time. Arms forwards towards the knees. Take a breath in. Right knee, breathe out and just tap your wrist or your heel of your hand and place it down. Now left leg and down and up. So that knee should just go directly up into the air. Hand is not going towards the knee. Knee is coming towards the hand. Lift and down. Keep that tuck. Good, and again, breathe, lift and down, lift and down. 4 more, lift, shoulders into back and lift. 2 more, and lift, and then hold, round the spine. Coming all the way up, hug those legs for me, arms underneath, round the back, chin gently towards your chest. Wonderful. And then gently uncurl. So we're now going to roll down in 3 stages, so we need a bit more core control. But it's up to you how low you go, but you need to be able to get back up again. And we need to keep that spine rounded as we go down. So arms come up in front of you, take a breath in. Breathing out, and you tuck down, that's 1, hold. Breathe in, tuck down, 2, hold. Breathe in, down for 3, hold. Breathe out, come all the way up and stretch up into the air. And then stretch over towards your toes, making sure your knees don't splay outwards if you can. And then uncurl. Float the arms up, breathe in. Breathe out, tuck under 1. Breathe in. Breathe out, tuck down 2. Breathe out, tuck down 3. And then all the way up, stretch up into the air, and then stretch over towards your feet. And then gently uncurl. Let's do 1 more of those. My feet were edging away from me. So let's try that again. 1 more for me. Take a breath in. Breathing out and tuck under 1. Good. Breathing in. Breathing out and tuck under 2. Hold, shoulders down, relaxing the shoulders. Breathe in. Breathing out and tuck under 3. Breath in. Keep those heels on the floor, round through the spine and lift. Lift, lift, lift. And then chest towards the knees and reaching over towards your toes. Good, chin to your chest for me. Fabulous. And then gently uncurl. Let's take those legs long on your mat. So a little version of the tree exercise we're going to do next, but we're going to add a rotation. So we'll do a couple of straight trees first, and then I'll add the rotation in. We're going to start with the legs long. Arms are going to come up here, and we're just going to come onto the back of the pelvis. So just tuck your tailbone under, come onto the back of the pelvis. Right leg, slide it up towards you, breathing in. Breathing out, come into tabletop and hold the back of the leg. When you're ready, breath in, breathing out and walk up towards that ankle. Leg as straight as you can make it. Okay, if you can't get to the ankle, it doesn't matter. As straight as you can for me. Take a breath in. As you breathe out, I want you to round your spine as if you're pulling away from the leg. So you feel that stretch in the upper back. Now take a breath in. Now as you breathe out, I want you to lengthen your spine up towards the ceiling. Lovely. You get that great stretch in your hamstring. Breathe in. Breathing out, soften the knee in towards the chest. Slide the leg down and come back up into your sitting position. Float the arms up, breathe in. Breathing out and tuck, come onto the back of the pelvis. No further than that. Breathing in. Slide the leg up into tabletop and hold the back of the thigh. Breath in. Breathing out, walking up to your ankle. Leg as straight as you can make it. Breath in. Breathing out and pull away. Hold and breathe. For that great stretch in the hamstring and also for the upper back and shoulders. Breath in. Now as you breathe out, let's lengthen up. Shoulders go down. We're now lengthening for the top of the head. Lovely. Breathe in. Breathing out, draw the knee in towards the chest. Slide the leg down and come all the way up. Okay, have a stretch towards your toes. So we're going to do that again on each side, but we're going to then add a rotation. Okay, so let's float the arms up, breathing in. Breathing out and just tuck that tailbone round and under. So you've got this lower tummy really switching on the right knee, breathing in. Breathing out and hold the back of the leg, breath in. Breathing out, walking up towards the ankle, hold the ankle, or however high you can go, breathe in. Breathing out, round the spine, away from the leg. Chin just gently falling towards the chest. Breath in. Breathing out, now lengthen. Lengthen. All the way up to the ceiling. Now, if you can, we're going to keep hold with the left hand and the right arm is going to open. If you need to bend the knee a little bit here, then that's absolutely fine. You're reaching away with your right arm. Good. Now come all the way back to centre. Pull the knee in towards the chest. Slide the leg away and come up nice and tall. Okay, one more on the other side. Arms up, float up, breathe in. Breathing out, tuck that tailbone under. Good, left leg. Bring it up into tabletop, hold the back of the thigh. Shoulders down, breathe in. Breathe out, walk up towards the ankle. Good, breath in. Breathing out now, round the spine away. Just let the chin fall to the chest. Feel that length in those hamstrings. Good, breath in. Breathing out, now grow tall to the top of the head. Hang on with the right hand, guys. Left, rotate to the left. Reach that left leg away. Reach, reach, reach. Reach out through the leg as well. Breathe. And then come back to centre. Can we go a bit closer towards you? Ooh. Okay, let's bring that knee in. Let's slide away and then let's reach forwards to our toes. Fantastic, well done. Very nice. Okay, so let's bring you down onto the mat. So arms up, tuck your tailbone and roll yourself down. Now, if you want to place a folded towel or cushion underneath the head here, you can. But you will be going up into a bridge, and sometimes we don't need as much support underneath our head when we're going into our bridge position. So have your feet comfortably close to your body. Now, I'd like you just to start with the hands on the floor. With this set of bridges, we're going to do a tuck and a lift into bridge, and then a roll down. So we're not rolling up, we're doing tuck and press, and then we'll roll down. So let's just do a couple of those first. So Shoulder blades into back, reach the fingers towards the feet, get your feet nice and grounded. So pelvic tuck, tuck to the ceiling, squeezing your bottom as you do, and then just push up. Push through the floor and lift, squeeze the glutes. Still stretch out through the knees, but we articulate on the way down. So breathe in. Now from the top of the spine, let's articulate as we come down. So working through each vertebra. And then release the pelvis. Stretch down the fingers one more. So tuck your tailbone, breathe in. Breathe out, press. Breathe in. Breathe out, articulate. Take an extra breath on the way down if you feel you need it. Good. And then release. Excellent. Okay, so I'd like the elbows to be on the floor. And I'd like the fingertips to point up towards the ceiling for me. Okay, lovely. All right, so as we tuck the tailbone, as we press up, the hands press into the floor, breathe in. As we articulate down, those lower arms, elbows stay glued, gently float back up. I do that again. I tuck my tailbone, I press into the floor, lift. I articulate down through my spine, but my upper arm stays on the floor. It's just my lower arm which is floating. One more of those for me. So we tuck and we press, and then we articulate down through the spine as we float down. Lovely. Now leave the hands here. Tuck the tailbone and press. Now as we articulate down through the spine, the arms are going to push up towards the ceiling as we articulate down through the spine. Yes, leave the arms here. We tuck and then we press and we squeeze our elbows to the floor. And then we articulate down through the spine and we slowly reach the arms in the air. Watch the knees aren't doing strange things here, reaching up. Let's do 2 more of these. So we tuck, and as we press, let's get tension in those arms as we press into the floor. And as you hit the floor, let's get a bit more lift in those hips, and then articulate down through the spine as the arms reach up in the air. Still get that lovely pulling under the lower back. And last one, tuck the tailbone and press, squeeze down. Let's go higher through those hips. And then articulate down. Arms are floating up, working through that spine. And let's draw those knees in, give them a little hug, a little rest. Good, well done. Lovely. So we're going to work on a bit of diagonal balance now. So bring yourself down. I'd like you to bring your elbows back to the floor and make 2 little fists for me. Okay, don't clench too hard, but just make 2 little fists for me. I'd like you to tuck your tailbone and press up and hold. So come to a height that you're happy. I don't want you to dip through here though. I do want these glutes to be switched on. So make sure that you're pushing up through the hips, pushing the elbows into the floor for me. Okay, we're going to shift the weight into the left foot. We're going to bring the right leg up into tabletop, and the left fist is going to go to the floor. As the right leg comes down, the left fist comes up. Shift the weight into the right foot, left leg comes up, right fist goes to the floor. And as that goes down, that fist comes up. Keep the hips lifted. And again, opposite arm, opposite leg. And down. Stay lifted. Opposite arm, opposite leg. And down. Keep your elbows on the floor. 2 more. Opposite arm, opposite leg. And slowly down. Last one, opposite arm, opposite leg, and slowly down. Relax those fingers, articulate down through the spine, and let's go long through a stretch. Well done, really good. Now we've got one last variation of that. So as we lift the leg, rather than pressing the fist down, we're going to lengthen the opposite arm up into the air, which means you've got to work a bit harder for your shoulders. Okay, so let's bring your feet to the last one in this set. Feet and knees a nice distance from your bottom. Make your fists and bring your elbows here. Nicely push them into the floor. So when you're ready, you're going to tuck, and then you're going to push up. Sorry, push up, yeah, into your bridge, but to a point that you can hold. So opposite arm, opposite leg. Let's shift our weight into a left leg. Right leg comes up, left arm shoots up into the air straight. We then make a fist and we draw that down as the foot comes down. We shift the weight into the right leg, right arm goes up into the air. We make a fist and we draw that down. And again, opposite arm, opposite leg. Make a fist and we draw that down. Opposite arm, opposite leg, push up. Try not to sway, we make a fist and we draw that down. Two more for me if you can. Pushing up, make a fist and we draw that down. Try to keep those hips up, last one, and up. And we draw that down. Relax the arms. Roll down through that spine. Lovely. Take the arms out to the side and let's sway. Just let those hips move from side to side as far as you're happy to go. Just to mobilize that lower back for me. Good. And then come back to center. Okay, let's bring the hands back down to the side. Let's lengthen the legs away. Let's bring the heels together. So your knees are slightly turned out. They're externally rotated, turning out onto the diagonal for me. Heels are together, arms down by your side, draw your shoulder blades into your back. So on this exercise for me, tuck the chin. If you can do a little curl up in this exercise, that's lovely. If not, keep the head down but keep the chin tucked. I want you looking out on the diagonal. I don't want you looking straight up into the air. So tuck the chin for me. Raise the core, belly button to spine, pull up through that lower tummy, ribs in and down, float the arms. We're going to do a version of a 100. If you can, ribs down and float. So I'm still now looking out on the diagonal. Lift the right leg in the air, just off the floor. External rotation, so leg is rotated out, breathe in. And breathe out, 2, 3, 4, in 2, 3, 4. Out, 2, 3, 4, in 2, 3. Good. Out, 2, 3, 4, in 2, 3, 4. Keep it going. Breathe. Press the left leg into the floor. Good. Out, 2, 3, 4, in 2, 3, 4. Out, 2, 3, 4, in 2, 3, 4. Out, 2, 3, 4, in 2, 3, and rest. Rolling down. Relax the legs, relax the arms, and roll your chin from shoulder to shoulder. Fab. Good stuff. Okay. Other side, heels are together. Use those inside thighs a little bit as well. You might as well. And your glutes, okay? Stretch the arms away. Tuck the chin. If you need to keep your head down, that's absolutely fine. If you can, breathe in. Breathe down, curl up. Left leg lifts. External rotation in that leg. Breathe in. And breathe out. 2, 3, 4. In 2, 3, 4. Out. 2, 3, 4. In 2, 3. Good. Out. 2, 3, 4. In 2, 3, 4. Out. 2, 3, 4. In. Keep it going. Press the right leg into the floor. Arms nice and strong. Out, 2, 3, 4, in, 2, 3, 4. Out, 2, 3, 4, in, 2, 3, 4. Out, 2, 3, 4, in, 2, 3, and rest. 4, relax the legs, and again, roll your chin from shoulder to shoulder. Lovely. Bring your legs into neutral, so your knees are now facing the ceiling rather than rotated out. Brace the core, slide the right knee up, pull it in. Grab hold of the front of the shin and pull it down towards your chest for me. Really squeeze that down and then stretch the left leg away. So I'm just coming off the floor. I'm really stretching away. Hold the core and switch. And again, draw that left knee down, pull it in deeply in towards your chest and stretch that right leg away. Let's do that again and switch. And again, pull that right knee in. Stretch that left leg away. Good. And switch. Pull the left knee in. Now hang on to this left knee. We can either have our head down or we can curl up with our ribs down. We take a breath in. As we breathe out, we flex up, point down. Flex up, point down. Flex up, point down. Flex up, point down. Just above the floor if you can. Flex up, point down. Flex up, point down. Rest the head if you need to. Point down, flex up, straight leg, point down, 2 more, flex up, point down, flex up, point down, just above the floor, relax the head and switch. Hug that right knee and left leg long, curl up if you wish to, if not, keep the head down, flex up, point down, flex up, point down, good, flex up. Point down, flex up, point down, flex up, point down, flex up. Rest the head if you need to. Flex up, point down. Last one, flex up, point down, just above the floor. Relax the head. Let that left leg relax onto the floor. Bring the right leg to meet it. Have a long stretch through your body for me. Good, spread the fingers wide. Let's flex the feet. Push away through the heels. Come into neutral so your knees are facing the ceiling. And then just relax. Lovely. Okay, let's walk those legs up. And we're going to turn over onto your side to face me. Okay, so we're going to have our knees soft. We're going to come all the way down and rest the head on the arm. So we're going to have your feet roughly in line with your bottom, with your knees out on the diagonal. So this is where we're going to do some hip work here, and then also we're going to do it in another body position. So we're going to start with an exercise that most of you know really well, which is your clam. So with your clam, we're not allowing these hips to roll backwards. We're keeping this nice stacked position. I find it quite helpful with my thumb and first 2 fingers just to grip the front of my hip, just to feel what's happening in my hip as well. So take a breath in, feet glued together, breathing out, just lift that top knee and close. So lift that top knee, so you're opening the hip, but without allowing the pelvis to move. So you should feel the head of the femur rotating here in the front of the hip, but you're not actually allowing the hips themselves to move, okay? And again, so open and close. We're keeping a bit of core engagement happening and close. Good. Open and close. And open and close. Now open and hold. Open and hold. Now give me some little pulses at the top here. Pulse and pulse. It's not quick. They're just little smaller lifts into the top the top parameters of your opening, as it were, to the very top of that open, as far as you can go without you moving the hips. Open, open, good. Just start to feel it. And open, keep it going. Good, good. 3, 2, 1, and then down, rest. Ooh, yeah, I can feel that. Can you feel that? I can feel that. Okay, so let's open that knee and hold. Now extend the leg away. Now what should happen is the knee is slightly rotated to the ceiling, okay? But again, the hips are still the same. Now I'm going to do little circles backwards, little baby ones. Circle and circle, circle and circle. You keep that external rotation of the leg. Circle and circle. Back thigh must stay on the floor. Circle and circle. 3, 2, 1, change direction, circle forwards. Keep the external rotation of the leg. So if you look down, your knee should be slightly pointing up towards the ceiling, not pointing forwards. Good, circle. Good, is it burning? Yeah. It's for me. Circle and circle, and 3, 2, 1, hold. Bring the foot back in first, and then lower that knee down and rest for a second. Ooh, can you feel that? I can feel that. Okay, let's keep the knees together. Let's lift the foot and then bring it back to rest on the bottom foot. So knees stay together. Now you will find you will get a little bit of a dip potentially in the hip, but it should be very small. I don't want you to be moving the chest or the body, okay? So keep the chest and the body here, and then just open the foot towards the ceiling. We're just using a different set of muscles in the hip and the glutes, which I'm sure you can feel. That's good. Open and close. Open and close. Lovely. And close. Lovely. One more. Open and close. Good. Now, open up, hold. Extend that leg away. Now the knee should be pointing more towards the floor, okay, rather than towards the ceiling. Now circle backwards, but keep that same position of the leg. Circle and circle, circle and circle. Knee is pointing slightly down towards the floor. Circle and circle. Little baby ones. Good. Stretch the leg away, but keep that internal rotation of your femur. Change directions, forwards. Circle and circle, circle and circle. Hold the core. Lovely. Knee drawn down, and 4, 3, 2, 1, and rest. Bring the knee down, bring the foot down, rest it there. Well done, guys. Let's bring that top leg over. Oh, have a little stretch into that hip. Very nice. Good. So we will do that on the other side in a little while. Yay, I hear you cry. Okay, so let's slowly walk ourselves up. I want you to turn your knees in, but hip width apart. Let's have a little stretch into child's pose first. So just draw your bottom down towards your feet, arms extended forwards for me. Stretch into those shoulders. Nice big deep breath here. Good, and then let's unfurl. Okay, sort myself out. So we're going to come into hands and knees position. Knees underneath the hips. Now, this one kind of does need to be done on the hands. The initial exercise, we're just going to work on the abdominals. You can do that on your forearms if your wrists aren't good. You see, I've actually got my wrist strapped today, so mine's not great. So we won't be on your wrist for too long. And actually, we're going to be moving. So you're using your shoulders a bit more than your wrist anyway, so you should be fine. So you can either start here or you can come down onto your elbows just for your first exercise. So shoulder blades into your back, back flat to the ceiling, head in alignment with the spine. You can also come onto your fists for this one as well if you want to, it's entirely up to you. And all I want you to do is draw your belly button up towards your spine and then let go. Draw your belly button up towards your spine, so really scoot that in and up and let go. And again, draw and scoot up and then let go. And again, draw and scoop up and then let go. Now we do need to be on our hands for this one. You're going to hold the core in. You're going to let the right elbow drop to the floor and you're just going to look over the left shoulder. And then you're going to push up. Let the left elbow drop to the floor, look over your right shoulder and push up. And you'll find the other elbow will soften as well. So looking over the shoulder and then up. So as my left elbow comes down and look over my right shoulder. As my right elbow comes down and look over my left shoulder, my hips stay still. And again, left elbow, right shoulder, 2 more. Right elbow, left shoulder. And left elbow, right shoulder. Lovely. Okay, so as the right elbow comes down, I look to the left and I lift my left leg out to the side. So right elbow down, look to the left, left leg comes out to the side and then push into the floor, come back to center. Left elbow comes down, look to the right, right leg goes out to the side, push into the floor and come back to center. Try that again. Right elbow, left leg, push into the floor and come back. Left elbow, right leg, and push into the floor and back. And again, right elbow, left leg, look over left shoulder, and push them back. Last one of these, left elbow, right leg, and push them back. So we're going to come down, right elbow, left leg and hold, and pulse. Pulse and pulse. Pulse and pulse. Pulse and pulse. Good. Squeeze and squeeze. And 4, 3, 2, 1, and push. Other side. Left elbow, right leg, hold it up. Don't collapse into your left hip and pulse and pulse. Pulse and pulse. Push and push. Push and push. Good. 4, 3, 2, 1, and push up. Let's have a stretch back. Here's a child's pose. Good stuff. Well done. Very good. Keep that lovely stretch for me. Good. Fantastic. Good, and then come up. Hands underneath the shoulders again, or maybe even slightly forwards if you find that a bit easier, that's fine. Knees hip width apart. So right elbow, left leg, then we come into extension. Right elbow, left leg, push the leg away into extension. Pulse up, pulse and pulse. Pulse and pulse. Pulse and pulse. Good. So squeeze that bottom, pushing up, pulse and pulse. And 4, 3, 2, 1, and come all the way back. Left elbow, right leg, take it out, push the leg away. And pulse and pulse. Pulse. Keep the weight down through that left arm. And pulse and pulse. Pulse and pulse. Good. Pulse and pulse. Squeeze that glute. And 4, 3, 2, 1, and scoot that in. Have a stretch down. Good. You're doing well. You're doing well. Okay, one last variation in this position. This is the tricky one because we're going to move from the hip. We're going to close the hip and open the hip. So hands underneath the shoulders, knees underneath the hips. Right elbow comes down. Left leg flows up. We extend it away. Now turn your hip to face the floor and then push your hip up and away. Turn your hips to face the floor and push away. So you're using the hip of the supporting leg to push up and away. That's of the right leg. And we drop down and we push up. And we drop down and we push up. And drop down, push up. Good. Hips neutral. And then left hip away. And pushing through that supporting leg. 2 more, drop down and push up. Last one, drop down and push up. Bring that knee in, push up. Let's do the other side. Left elbow, right leg out, extend. Drop the hip down, push the hip up. Drop the hip down, push the hip up. Drop down and push through that supporting leg, your left leg. Drop and push up. Drop and push up. When we're dropping, you've got your hip bones facing the ceiling. As you push up, you're rotating your right hip to face forwards. Drop and push up. Drop and push up. Couple more. Drop and push up. Drop and push up. Drop and push up. Last one. Drop and push up. Slide that leg in, push up. Let's have a stretch. Woohoo! Well done, guys. Really good. Okay, let's walk down onto our bellies. Relax the feet. Bring the hands here so thumbs are in line with your mouth. The width of the mat, no wider. Shoulders into your back for me. Head in alignment with the spine. Take a breath in. Breathing out, lift the chest. Place some weight into the hands and push up into swan. Good. And then let the hips come down, elbows in and all the way down. And again, lift the chest. Look forwards and push up into swan. And then elbows in and all the way down. And then we're just going to come in, we're going to hold it up there. So lift the chest. Look forwards, push up into swan, shoulders down. Look to your left shoulder and centre. Look to your right shoulder and centre, shoulders down. And again, left shoulder and centre. Last one, right shoulder and centre. And then all the way down. And then relax. Lovely. Grab hold of your right foot with your right hand. Pull that foot in towards your bottom and press your hips down into the mat for me. A little bit of stretch on those quads. That's good. Pressing those hips into the floor. Nice big deep breaths. Good. And then release. Let's swap over to the other side. Grab hold of the left foot. Put it in towards your bottom. Press your hips down into the mat. Nice big deep breaths. As you push down. Good. And then relax. Hands underneath the front of your shoulders and press up. Good. And then we're going to come on to our other side. So, coming down now on your right side facing me. Here we're going to bend those knees, bring your feet in along with your bottom, nice straight line to the spine, rest the head for me. Okay, so let's glue those feet together and let's do our clam. So we're going to open, you can grip your front of your hip if you want to and close. Open and close. We're just going to keep those feet together. Open that top knee and close. And just focus on the stability of the pelvis, working these muscles in through the hips. I did say we do a bit of hips today, didn't I? And close, good. And open, and close. Couple more. And close. Lovely. Now we're going to add that pulse. We're going to open, and we're going to do some nice slow pulses at the top. Squeeze and squeeze. And again, really focus on not letting that pelvis move. No rolling back, the chest stays still. Push and push. Push and push. Good, keep it going. Push, keep those toes just touching. Push and push, lovely. 4 and 3 and 2, last one. And then floating down. Oh, can you feel that in there? I can. So now we're going to do this leg circle, but we're going to do it with an external rotation. So we start with the clam, we open, then we extend the leg away. And that should give us a little bit of external rotation. Then we're going to circle behind us. Circle and circle. Little baby ones. But keeping that knee rotated a little bit towards the ceiling. But the hips don't move, okay? Circle and circle. Good. Can you feel that in your glute, your quad, obviously? Maybe even a little bit of the hamstring. Circle and circle. Good. Ready, change direction, go forwards, but then don't let the knee roll forwards. Keep the legs still turned out on that external rotation. And circle, good. 4, 3, 2, 1, hold. Bring the foot back, feet together, and then close that hip down. Give it a rub if you need to. Oh, fabulous. Okay, so now we're going to keep the knees together and we're going to lift that top foot. Take a breath in. Breathing out, lift the top foot, and then we close. And we lift the top foot, and we close. And again. So we're getting some internal rotation, and if you feel here in the front of your hip, as you lift that foot, you'll feel that working in there. Good. So knees together. Trying to keep the spine and your hips exactly the same place. And close. Good. And close. Good. Couple more. Last one. And then close. Good. Now we're going to lift that foot up. Extend that leg away. Now the knee is rotated slightly down to the floor. Circle behind. Circle and circle. Keep it small. And keep that same inward rotation of that leg. Good. Circle and circle. Are you all smiling? I hope so. And circle and circle. Keep it going. Keep it small. Lovely. Good. 3, 2, change directions for me, forwards. Keep that knee pointing slightly down if you can. Good, you might even feel it in your bottom leg as well now, because you have worked that side. Circle and circle, good. And 4, 3, 2, 1. Bring that knee in and relax. Well done. Stretch the bottom leg away. Let that top leg come over. Give it a little bit of a rub. Lovely. Fantastic, guys. Well done. And then slowly walk yourselves up from here. So slowly come up. Move my little book out the way. Come and sit facing me. So let's slide our right leg underneath our left. The left leg is on top. And can we bring that leg all the way around? If you can slide it right the way past that knee, that will be absolutely lovely. I want you to hug that left knee in, and then I want you to sit down into the pelvis. So really drive your sit bones towards the floor in that position. If you can't get the leg all the way around and having it this side is still fine, this will give you a bit more of a stretch. Let that sit bone drop down into the floor, which after what you've just done is quite a nice little stretch to do. Good, nice and tall for me. Letting that weight come into the floor. Good. And then release. Slide both legs away with the other side in a second. Reach out towards those toes. Fantastic. And then uncurl. Bend those knees up. Slide your left leg underneath your right leg. And then bring your right leg all the way around. Hold the knee. And again, just let your bottom drop down into the floor. Good. That leg round as much as you can. And I kind of rock into my right hip on this side, which is quite nice. You get that lovely stretch. That's good. Rocking into that hip. Good, and then release. Take the legs comfortably wide for me. So back so you can see my feet. Legs comfortably wide, that would be lovely. Both hands towards your right leg. Keep the sit bones down into the mat. Good. Then you're going to walk your fingers to centre. Let the right elbow drop down. Let the left elbow drop down. And the right elbow drop down. And the left elbow drop down. Good. Elbow to elbow. Lovely. Good. And then walking over towards your left foot. Again, let the sit bones drop down into the mat. Nice and heavy for me. If you can't get to the foot, then as far as you can down that leg will be fine. And then gently uncurl. Slide those legs in. Bring them up, knees wide, feet together. Hold on to your feet. Hold on to your toes if you can. Arms through the centre for me. Just let those knees fall out to the side. Grabbing hold of those feet, you are going to round your back and stretch your body away. Just holding on to those feet so you can't go any further. And then you're going to pull the feet towards you as you lengthen the spine out. So you round the spine, stretching away from those feet, but grabbing hold of them. And then you pull the feet towards you as you lengthen that spine away. And one more, round the spine, chin to chest. And then you pull the feet towards you as you lengthen the spine. And then you relax. You just relax the hands, relax the arms, and gently push the knees towards the floor, and then release. Push the knees towards the floor, and then release. And then push the knees towards the floor, and then release. And then sit however you're most comfortable. So either cross-legged, legs out in front of you. Have a roll through your shoulders for me. Good. Have a circle through your wrists for me. And then relax those arms. Let's breathe in and out. And again, breathing in and out. Well done. And again, breathing in Well done. Give yourself a clap.